Hi everybody, so today we're going to be taking a look at the Reverie RDA and we're going to do a little build. I'm going to show you how to wick it and things like that. This is a 24 millimeter RDA. It does have a unique deck. It's got a unique deck. It's very innovative in the way that the deck is made. It is a single vertical coil RDA. So for those of you that are kind of scared about doing vertical coils, don't be scared because this one's got you covered. And it comes with, I gotta show you. Let's go down and I'm gonna show you all about this. The Reverie. Okay, so here we are with the Reverie RDA. It does have the warning on it. It doesn't contain nicotine until you put it in, but it does have to have the warning. On the side, you're gonna see the social media for official Timesvape. Here it says it's a Timesvape. Be tenacious, because yes, it is from Stan the Man. So this is actually the RDA that is designed by Stan, which is Tenacious TX Vapes on YouTube, and manufactured by Timesvape. You do have your scratch off authenticity here. It's going to tell you what color you have. I actually have the stainless steel. The specifications are on here, as well as what the kit includes. So you open it up. And right away, Timesvape is known for actually providing you with like a drip cloth or a polishing cloth. And I really, really like that. Taking that extra, extra something to give you, I think is really, really great. So great job, Timesvape. I use these like all the time. So yeah, and it's great to polish it up when it gets dirty. Inside the box, you're going to get your RDA. You're also going to get an extra Delrin drip tip, which is in black, so you can rock the black or you can rock the green that the stainless steel does come with. You're also going to be getting 2 ceramic rods. These are to help you place your coil or hold your coil in place, which I think is great that they offer that as well. And then, of course, you're going to get your goodie bag. It's going to have your extra O-rings, your regular 510 pin, as well as some extra grub screws, and your infamous little Barbie screwdriver. So I do like that, of course. I love those screwdrivers. I have like 1,000 of them. I really love them. So let's go ahead and go over to the star of the show, and that is the RDA. So right away on the front of the RDA, it is going to have like this little logo type of writing, which I really like. It says Reverie, but it's like, it's really nice. It's nothing in your face, but it's nice. It just gives it a little something. On this side, there is nothing. You do have airflow on this side as well as this side. It is a dual airflow configuration. Right here, this part here is just for decoration. It really does nothing to it, except for you can grip your airflow and move it. It does have the removable 810 drip tip, which is a little bit snug on there. And I even thought I rewashed this, so of course it's just going to give me a problem now, because now it's like nice and clean. So you do have a removable 810 drip tip, which I'm going to be actually swapping out, so I'm going to put that right there. And you do have a really beefy O-ring on the inside that holds onto that drip tip. And then it is 3 pieces. You have the top cap, which is for your airflow control. You're also going to have a chamber, and then your deck. On the bottom, it is a 24 millimeter RDA. It does have Reverie here, and then of course it is designed by Stan and manufactured by Timesvape. It comes pre-installed with the swunk pin. I am actually gonna swunk with this, so I'm gonna leave that in there, but it does come with the extra 510 as you saw in the box. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get the other drip tip out so I don't forget, because I do want the black one, and you'll see why when I'm done. So let's just go ahead and put that there. Sorry about that. Okay, so taking this apart, if you take off this part right here, if you notice, it is nice and dome shaped, so that should be helping on flavor. Usually the dome type of shaping does enhance the flavor. You're going to see your airflow right there. It does come with these little step down notches so that you can actually have it full open, which would be these 6 here, or you can close them down and put 3 over here, or 5, or 1. You can do it however you want. Whatever you do to one side will happen to the other. And then you've got this chamber section. If you notice, it's actually a reduced chamber. Once it's put together, it actually reduces the inside. So you're going to get a lot better flavor, since the coil is literally right next to the airflow. So I really like that design. I think that that looks really, really great. And then if you take it off further, which let me put it on here so I can take it off so we can see the deck. Okay, let me screw that on there. Okay, now this here, let me go ahead and talk about this. This does have an O-ring. This O-ring, when you first get it and you first try to take it off, be really, really careful because mine was actually tight. So when I first pulled it off, when I initially got it, my O-ring actually popped off. It hasn't been popping off since, but I did go ahead and lube it up even after cleaning it to make sure that it's a little bit softer. Whenever you're putting it together, just be cognizant of that and just, you know, turn it or grip it like this so that you're not ripping that O-ring right off. So just be careful with that. I did want to mention it. Here is the bottom of the chamber section. Again, sorry, I did clean it, so it's a little dirty or wet, not dirty. If you notice, there's some water there. It does have this, which locks into place on the deck, which is awesome. And then on this side here, you're going to see a notch. That notch right there, it goes right in here. There is no other way to put this top cap on. If you don't line up the notch with that notch here, the top cap will not go all the way down. So you want to be careful of that. Then, of course, we've got this beautiful build deck, and I have to say it's beautiful. I'm a fan of open build decks. Then, of course, there is one more cool feature, which I do want to mention, and this is especially going to be easy for building. This is one of the purposes that I really, really love this RDA and had to have it because I had to see this for myself. You can literally take this deck out of the juice well. So we're going to go ahead and do that because that actually helps you when you're building and wicking this. It literally comes off. So look at that. So we've got the juice well there, and then we've got the deck, and we're going to build on it like this because when it comes time for wicking, it's going to be a lot easier. Now, even though the 510 is, or the bottom pin is actually exposed, you can use it on a mod, so that's not a problem. Make sure that's turned off because I always make sure that's off before we start building, and then just screw that on your mod. And then we'll go ahead and put a build in here. Okay, just screw that on. And again, I've got the juice well right here. How cool is that? All right, so these are flathead screws. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my tool so that I can loosen those up, which I've already done the loosening up because I did clean this out and everything. So I wanted to have that ready. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab a coil. I'm actually gonna be using a fuse coil from Coil Clout, and do that. And put that aside. And what I want to do with this is because both legs are facing the same way, we do need one leg facing this way and one leg facing that way. So I'm going to just put this on my Coil Master tool like this. And I'm just going to go ahead and take off one, like a half a wrap. So let me go ahead and get this. And I'm going to just undo this one, a half a wrap. So like this, and just straighten it out a little bit. There we go. Now we've got it ready. Now I can put it in. So what we want to do is make sure that the leg that is on the bottom, which you can do it either way. You can do it this way, or you can turn around and do it this way. So either way, it comes out the same, and you literally just have to drop it in. Like literally, that's it. You drop it in, and we're gonna go ahead and center it. But we can center it in once we have the first one screwed down. That's the way I like to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and just screw this one down. And again, that's all you had to do is like literally just drop it in. It should be called the drop-in vertical coil. And then you can use your ceramic tool that was given to you. And this is where you can actually position your coil. So I can actually scoot it over this way and hold it still. Like this. I'm trying to get it to where my fingers aren't in the way. And this is going to go down there. There we go. So I want to try to keep my fingers out of the way for you. So we're just going to position it afterward. But anyway, for the newer builders, that would probably be a little bit helpful for you. I'm just going to go ahead and tighten this side down with the skinnier side. Again, flatheads. One thing I love about these that I don't mind about the flathead is that since they're so inside of the device, you don't have to worry about your screwdriver actually or your tool slipping because the fact that it's on the inside. So tighten that up. Now you can go ahead and position the coil. You can use the rod that it came with. You can use a screwdriver, anything you want. And I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that it's centered. And yeah, so that's perfectly centered. There we go. I want mine a little bit raised up though, because of the fact that this is a squonk. I'm going to have it in squonk mode. If I was dripping it, it'd probably be different, but in squonk mode, the cotton's going to be coming out the bottom here. So please remember that, because your juice is going to come up and then hit the cotton. If it's too low, it's basically, in my opinion, going to choke it a little bit. So you do want to make sure that it's a little bit high. And then what we're going to do is just go ahead and clip the wire, and we just put the cutters right next to the deck, clip it, and it comes out pretty much flush. And then do the same thing to this one. And there we go. So that's all done. So all we need to do now is just dry fire it and get the coil glowing. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Make sure that's on. There we go. And then just start pulsing it. And I've got my ceramic tweezers with me. You definitely don't want to use metal. You always want to use ceramic, because that way you don't get a short or anything like that. And you just pinch and strum. Lightly strum, not very hard. There you go. Sometimes what helps also is just to pull them apart like a spring a little bit. And there we go. See? It's almost done now. A little bit of hot spots there. Hot spots are what look like little lightning bolts, so that's what I'm looking for, and it's perfectly fine. So let me go ahead and grab the cotton, let that cool down, grab some cotton, and we'll go ahead and wick it up. And so for today's cotton, I'm going to be using my Kendo Vape Cotton Gold Edition. This is my favorite cotton, so that's what I'm going to use. So let's go ahead and take a piece of it off. This is a 3mm in diameter coil, so I know about how much to use. I'm just going to zoom this out a little bit. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and just point the tip, put it through, grab some tweezers, pull it through a little bit, and then once we have it like that, it'll literally go. I like to grip it, so whoops. There we go. Pull it through. If it's a little bit thinner, oops, got cotton everywhere. Make it just a little bit thinner. There we go. And then pull it through. Cotton problems. There we go. I can grip it and pull it through. There we go. And just slide it off. Just gonna fluff out the top. I'm gonna be cutting it, but I'm gonna fluff out the top. Okay, and there we go. We've actually got it pulled through. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna cut some of this off, but I don't wanna cut too much because I want enough to be laying in the juice well. So I'm gonna cut it off to about here. I can trim more if I want. I'm gonna cut it off to about here. What I'm gonna be doing is, because if you notice the cotton's only on one side, I want some on both sides. Let me zoom in again. I want some on both sides, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and just cut this down the middle, and then I'm gonna share it, half of it with the other side. So I'm just gonna cut that down the middle. I'm gonna take this piece here and just push it back that way so it's on the other side, and just pull it through. And now I'm gonna have cotton on both sides. There we go. And there we go. The two legs are there. Look at that. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut off the top. Now on the top, we're just gonna leave a little bit of fluff. I call it fluff. Just a little bit, because you don't want it to get dry, but I do wanna leave a little bit of fluff here. And then on these, I'm just gonna leave it like that until I put it in the base, and then that's it. So let's go ahead and take this off the mod. And I'm gonna do all the juicing and everything once I have the juice well in. Okay, and then take your base or your juice well or bottom of the deck, whatever you want to call it. Just go ahead and screw that in. Just like that. Make sure that you don't touch the coil, because then you can move it out of place. You want to be careful about that. And just literally screw that back in. And you want to make sure that it's nice and tight, because you definitely don't want it loose on your mod. I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there, nice there. Take my tweezers, and I'm just going to make sure that my cotton is placed over here, and then I have enough cotton placed over here, which is just perfect. You see it? So I've got enough cotton everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back on the mod, because now we're all put together. It makes it so much easier. And then we're gonna squonk it and get this ready. And then we're gonna vape it. So let's go ahead and squonk. You can see right here, I'm just gonna fluff a little bit more here, make sure it's there. And then squonk. You see it? There we go. Squonk it again. The cotton is getting saturated right here. If you can see it, if I touch it, you can see it. It's just filling up the juice wells right now. Now for this, it's like you can literally like squonk the hell out of it because it's kind of a deep juice well and it's got these little pockets here to hold the juice. You see how it's going right over the cotton? It's literally saturating the cotton. Now for the first time, I usually do wet my coil before I start vaping because I like to make sure that the cotton that's inside the coil is also saturated way before. So I'm going to put a little bit on top and then I'm going to put some on the coil and just pulse it, lightly pulse it. I just want to make sure that the cotton that's inside the coil is also getting saturated. That's me. Makes a difference whether or not you're getting dry hits or cotton flavor or anything like that. And to me, this works the best. And I am using the Queen's Passion from my e-liquid line, Queen by Wendy Vapes. This has got passion fruit and other flavors and pear and oh my goodness, it's just so good. So there we go. Nice and heated. Woohoo. So I'm going to go ahead and put the cap on. Again, when we're putting on this chamber cap, we have to watch for the notch. The notch goes with the notch. So let's go ahead and do that. Notch and notch. I'm looking at it this way. Notch and notch. And then push it down and it's right there. It's literally locked into place. It's not going to move. I'm going to put the airflow on there. Again, we want to make sure we're twisting it on so we don't pop that O-ring. And again, this is where you can adjust your airflow. If you have it like this, you have the two centers fully open right there. You're going to get all 6 holes, but you can lower it down. Like now I got 5 and then I've got 3 and you can lower it down as to 1. I don't know why anybody would do 1, but you can also do it back the other way. So if you want it higher, you can do it that way as well. I like full airflow, so I'm going to keep it like that. Put on my black drip tip and then we're going to take this baby up top and we're going to talk a little bit more about it. Okay, so here we are with the Reverie RDA, and before anything, I want to go ahead and have a vape on it. Very, very smooth airflow, and it's a lot of airflow. For a single coil RDA with a reduced chamber like that, it's got a very, very nice, smooth, and to me, quite airy airflow. I'm going to cut it down just a little bit more. Let's try it. Very, very nice, very smooth. As you can hear, it's not got any of the whistling or anything like that. I really like that. I'm going to go over the flavor. The flavor is really, really good, by the way. I know what this passion, the Queen's Passion tastes like. This is the apples, pears, and passion fruit. And you can taste every single nuance of the flavor. I'll leave the link for that down below. But it's got great flavor. I'm in love with the airflow on this primarily. The airflow and the build deck, I won't lie. I do like that build deck. I really do. If you couldn't tell. But the airflow is superb. It's really, really airy. It's this very simple looking RDA, which to me is perfect because you don't need anything that's got bells and whistles and everything. You just want an RDA. This is perfect for squonking. I've tried it as a dripping RDA. I prefer it for squonking though. It's just, in my opinion, it thrives for squonking. But then again, that is my opinion. That's how that is. For the pros, the airflow. I love the fact that Wendy loves options. And to be able to adjust it so easily is great. I'll get to that part. I do like that you can adjust it easily. We'll leave it there. The flavor on it, very, very good. Very good flavor, which I love especially in a squonking RDA. It's got to have good flavor for me to want to use it. Another thing is the ease of build. I mean, hello, you literally drop in your coil, screw it down, straighten it out, and you're ready to go. Go ahead and dry fire it, put your cotton in and everything else. The wicking, it looks like it could be a little cumbersome, but it's not. It's pretty easy. You can't get a lot of cotton in the coil because of course you have no way of gripping both ends really, except for with the tweezer on the bottom and pulling it with your fingers. But it holds just enough cotton. So you're not gonna, there's no way for you to like over cotton it. You can't over wick it. You can wick it and it's a beautiful wick. It really is. I usually thin out my wicks anyway, so this to me is just perfect. Another thing is that I feel like it's very innovative. Not only the build deck itself, but the fact that you can remove the build deck from the bottom of the deck or the juice well or whatever you want to call it, I think is awesome. It gives you more ease of build. You can't go wrong with that. You really can't. And then just put it all back together. It's that easy. If you want to drip in it, same difference. You can do it the same way. It doesn't matter. The cons that I have are the O-ring. The O-ring that it came with to begin with, and of course it's a subjective con because once it's lubed up, it's fine. There's like no problem. As you can see, I can put it on, I can put it off. But when you first get it, that O-ring, it did pop off on me. And I was like, where'd my O-ring go? So good thing that they do give you extras just in case you lose it, but I did want to mention that. And I like it. I like the tolerances of the airflow adjustment. I don't necessarily like this design on the top. I feel like that could have just been carried on the look of it, how it's all smooth everywhere. I feel like it looks like a top cap or a UFO just sitting right on top of it. I don't know why that's there. It could be a look that they liked. I don't know. But I wouldn't use this to turn it because it's not that it's sharp or anything. It's just that it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable to grip it, so I would not use this piece to adjust the airflow. I would use this. Now, if it gets too hot because I'm vaping it too much, I might use that, but probably not because that's going to be hot too. And it doesn't come with a 510 drip tip adapter, which a lot of people really like that included because I do know a lot of people who use RDAs that do like the 510 drip tips. So that would have to be a con. Of course, the pros are outweighing the cons in every single aspect. That deck is freaking crazy. I love that deck. I've done vertical quad builds and things like that before. And of course, they can be a little bit, you know, difficult in trying to place them and putting them all even and multiple coils and all this. But this is like super easy and it's vertical and you're getting the airflow on both sides of the coil. It's hitting it. It's beautiful. It's literally beautiful. You did a great job, Stan, and congratulations, Timesvape. You really did a great job on your end as well. Everything is machined superbly. Very, very nice. Nothing is grindy. Nothing is, you know, hard to build. I do like the notch system. I just wish that the notch was on both sides so that you're not like, oh my goodness, let me get it straight. But that's just a subjective thing. It's not like it's going to make a difference, make it or break it, because with that notch, you can take it off and put it on very easily. So for me, I think notches should be on every single one of them just to help you when you're taking it off and on your mod. So that's just my opinion. But yeah, so that's about it. It's right now, I did see it in 6 colors. It comes in black, stainless steel, blue, red, purple, and green. So the colors are absolutely beautiful. The purple, red, green, and blue are aluminum, and then these are the metal ones. So yeah, let me take another vape. The flavor is impeccable, and I know that it's because of that reduced chamber. It's got to be because of the reduced chamber, because look, it reduces it keeps it all compact. It feels like the air makes it feel like it's got so much room in it, but you can see that it's really condensed. It's just that I love the airflow on this. I'm an airflow junkie, and I really seriously love the airflow. Now for squonking, I suggest, because it is a deep juice well and you're trying to get the juice to both sides, go ahead and squonk. You don't have to be like light to the touch, squonk it. Push the bottle in, get it nice and saturated. Whatever's extra is gonna come down. But it's as long as your juice is like, I'd say a 70-30 or a higher VG-PG ratio, you're not really gonna get any leaking out the top. If you're worried about that, just turn it. Just close off the airflow completely and then squonk it. Wait for your bottle to come back, which I didn't squonk it that much, and then put your airflow back. That's all you need to do. I mean, it's not going to come out anyway, but just in case you are worried about that, that would be a great safety measure for you. But yeah, so that's the Reverie RDA. Again, this is by Stan, Tenacious TX Vapes from YouTube, and manufactured by Timesvape. Right now, I did find it on lucidrda.com, which is Stan's website, as well as Heaven Gifts, Element Vape, My Vapor Store, my Vapor Store, and vapesourcing.com. So I will leave the links to them down below where you can find this, and it's running anywhere from $26 to $29.99. So you can find it for those price variations. So I'm gonna let you go, and yeah, I think I covered just about everything. It's beautiful. You did a great job. I'm really, really proud of it. It vapes absolutely beautiful. I gotta take another vape. You hear how smooth that is? That is super smooth, but it kind of, the airflow actually kind of reminds me of like the Bonza airflow, which is one of my favorite RDAs. So yeah, this is just great. It's awesome. So I will see you on the next one. Bye.